Picture this: 1986. The personal computer is the new kid on the block. Big, boxy IBM PCs are just starting to show up in offices and homes. And our data, it lives on these thin, fragile squares of plastic called floppy disks. It was a simpler, more trusting time. If you bought a piece of software, the honor system said you wouldn't make illegal copies. But in Lahore, Pakistan, two brothers, Amjad and Bayzit Farooq Alvi, noticed a problem. Their custom medical software was being pirated left and right. They needed a way to fight back. The Alvi brothers weren't malicious hackers. They were bright, young entrepreneurs running a small computer shop called Brain Computers. They weren't trying to cause chaos. They just wanted to know who was stealing their work. So they cooked up a clever little program. Its goal wasn't to destroy data, but simply to track it. In an interview years later, Amjad explained it was not a destructive virus. We just wanted to make a system to check how many copies are made. They called their creation Brain, and with that, the first ever virus for the IBM PC was born. So, how did this polite virus actually work? It was surprisingly simple. When someone put an infected floppy disk into their computer, Brain would quietly copy itself onto the machine's boot sector, the very first thing a computer reads when it starts up. It was a bit slow, and it ate up a little bit of precious memory, which was a noticeable issue back then. But here is what made it so unique. Brain didn't delete your files or crash your system. Instead, hidden inside its code was a secret message. It contained the brothers' names, the address of their shop in Lahore, and even their phone numbers. It was less of an attack and more of a business card, a calling card that said, "Hey, you've got a pirated copy of our software. We know who you are, and now you know who we are." The brothers designed Brain to track piracy within Pakistan. They never imagined it would leave the country. But their program was a little too good at spreading. Students, business travelers, and tourists unknowingly carried infected floppy disks in their luggage. Before long, Brain had hitched a ride across oceans. Suddenly, office workers in the United States, the UK, and all over Europe were booting up their computers to find a strange message and a slightly slower machine. Panic set in. The phone at the little computer shop in Lahore started ringing off the hook day and night. On the other end were confused and scared PC users from thousands of miles away. As Amjad recalled, "We were stunned. We tried to explain that our motivation had not been malicious. While Brain didn't destroy data, it sent a massive shockwave through the tech world. It was the ultimate wake-up call. For the first time, everyone realized that a piece of self-replicating code could infect personal computers on a global scale. This single, simple program sparked a revolution. It gave birth to an entirely new industry. Cybersecurity. The very concept of antivirus software, something we all take for granted today, was created in direct response to the threat that Brain revealed. The polite virus from a small shop in Pakistan had inadvertently created its own cure. Years later, in 2011, the famous cybersecurity expert Mikko Hipponen traveled to Lahore to meet the Alvi brothers. He found them still running a successful technology company, an internet service provider called BrainNet. The brothers looked back on their creation with mixed feelings. They acknowledged that their simple experiment, designed to protect their intellectual property, had unintentionally opened Pandora's box. It paved the way for the sophisticated, truly destructive malware we face today, from spyware to crippling ransomware. Brain was the first drop in what has become a relentless digital storm. It started as a harmless, polite message from Pakistan, but it ignited a war in cyberspace that rages on to this very day. Incredibly, Brain was invented in 1986, but even now, traces of it can still be found. Sleeping silently in old computer archives around the world.